The most edifying thing I heard from Christian King Kong was pick a side. I myself, as well as other Christians, have been seeing this. There is a line that is drawn in the sand. You either going to have to pick God's side or you're choosing the world side. There's no in between. You're either going to go with God or you're going to go with the world. So you have to pick a side. Back in 2023, when Cassie initially filed her civil lawsuit, when I seen what was written in that lawsuit against Puffy, Diddy, or whoever he want to call himself, I believed her. And in the video that I made back in November, I stated that I believed everything that she was saying. So many people were saying that she was only doing this as a money grab. And I was making a point that she cannot file a criminal case against him because of the time period. Everything this woman went through with him that was written in those that civil lawsuit, as well as things that was not written in that lawsuit, because you have to understand she was with him for I think about 10 to 14 years. Could you imagine that one video that came out has so many people upset, but could you imagine going through that with that person for 14 years? So no amount of money she received would ever get everything she went through out of her mind mentally. I said it then, I said it today. She deserved every penny that she got from him, and every woman that was violated from him, they need the same thing, because they would never forget the torment that he put them through. And it's disheartening because even back then I was hearing people saying, oh, she's making this up. Oh, she's just trying to get his money. Why did she stay so long? Why this? Why that? She must have enjoyed it, this, that, and other. If you're saying that you've never been mentally abused, and if you're saying that you have no compassion for people who are mentally abused, I'm going to give you an example of what I'm saying. Everything starts with the mind. Regardless of anything else, everything starts with the mind. You can be manipulated through your mind. You can be independent through your mind. You can be controlled through the mind. One of the most powerful animals in the world is an elephant. Even a baby elephant is very strong and very powerful. But what would they do to a baby elephant? The ones that want to control them, they will put a chain around the back leg of a baby elephant. The chain is too powerful and too strong for him to break. So every time that elephant walks and only goes so far, and they pull against the chain, they can't get away. Day after day, month after month, year after year, as the elephant grows, he's doing the same thing. Now the elephant is full grown. The chain is no longer strong enough to hold the elephant. But mentally, the elephant has been taught that if I walk and I go so far and I feel that pull of the chain, I need to go back because I cannot go back. I cannot move forward. I cannot go past the point of resistance. Not knowing that he is very strong and he can actually rip the chain and run wild and do whatever he wants to do. But that weak chain, the chain that's truly not strong enough to hold him, is holding him because of mental. That's the same thing with human beings. The abuse, because he got with her when she was very young, the abuse that he put her through, threatening her life, all these different things, getting her addicted to drugs, that was something that he was doing to be able to control her, to be able to manipulate her, that even when she got away from him, she's thinking about, oh, I need to go back, I need to go back. So to sit there and say, I don't understand how these people do this, how do people do that, is mentally controlled. And as a Christian and as a Black person, I always say, my Christianity come before my Blackness. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing me say that. This is showing why I feel that way. Until Black people wake up and see that the things that other Black people do to them are just as detrimental as what they're claiming white people are doing to them. Black people are holding you back more than white people because he was in a position that he could have paid his artists and they could have been millionaires and been able to take care of their family and everybody they needed to employ. All these other powerful black people that you see that has money are considered to be billionaires. What are they doing to help their people move forward? What are they doing to help their people advance? You see what's going on with the super mayor and all these other people that's in position to actually help people. What are they doing? They are doing absolutely nothing for their people. They're only lining their own pockets. So how, as a black person, how can I, as a Christian, be okay with that? To me, I see that as evil. Like I said, there's good and there's evil. There's God's side and there's world side. I'm not going to choose a side just because of a color, because I'm seeing these people do evil against other people. I'm not going to choose you because you're black but you're evil and I'm supposed to be okay with that. No. Just like I said, I believed her from the first time she put that civil lawsuit out there. There was absolutely no doubt in my mind. But you hear a lot of people now saying, oh, I apologize. Oh, I was wrong. Oh, I should have believed her. How disgusting he is. That man has been that way ever since he's been in the industry. So many people around him look just like him, black, look just like him, allowed him, was okay, gave him the thumbs up to do everything that he did to her and to all the other people that was in his life. He is a controlling, manipulating, evil person that not only was he doing that to women, he was also doing that to men. But until people open their eyes and stop defending that, that's not black person trying to destroy another black person. That's trying to get evil out of the black community and let black people know that is not okay. If you want to rise up, you have to cut the cancer out. If you want to live, you have to get rid of the cancer. Anything that is destroying you needs to be removed in order for you to move forward. But until black people wake up and understand that and see, oh, I'm not going against my people, I'm going against evil. Like I said, there's a line. Pick a side, just like Christian King Combs said, pick a side. You're either on God's side or you're on the world side, but you can't be in both. You can't have both. I don't care what type of money you have. You can't be on God's side and the world side. It's either one or the other. And that's up to you to choose. Just like in the Bible, during Exodus, everybody is family. All 12 tribes are there. They're descendants, but they're coming from one generation, which was Abraham. But they're all relatives. They're all family. When Moses went to the mountain, he got the 12 commandments from God, and he came down, and he seen how they was acting. They, made a golden calf. They was doing all this sinning and worshiping the idol. And one of the things that Moses said is, whoever is for the Lord, come to me. And so he wanted to he put a line in the sand, and he made them choose. Whoever is for God, come to me. Everybody in the tribe, all the men of the tribe of Levi came to him. And they had to get rid of the people, their family, the people who was with them, the people who was in the desert for 40 years. They had to make a choice. Either we're going to be for God or we're going to be for the world, or we're going to do what the other people around us doing. They made a choice to be on God's side. In Matthew 12:30 NASB, he who is not with me is against me, and he who does not gather with me scatter. So you have a choice to make. It's a lot of evil people in this world. There's a lot of evil people that people are worshiping, including Christians. Y'all putting these people on a pedestal. Y'all are worshiping these people. They are not even worth worshiping. They are just normal people, and a lot of them are very sinful. All this black excellence. Think about all these black people that was walking around in his parties, seeing what's going on and being okay with it. That's black excellence. No, that's not. That's evil. Black excellence is making sure that you bring up the next generation, that you educate the next generation, that you make sure the next generation is okay, so they can bring up the next generation, so forth and so on. If we're not rising, we're falling. If you're at in a position, I know everybody can't help everybody, but if you're in a position that you can at least help one person move from a negative space, whether it's mentally, educational wise, whatever it may be, and you can get them away from that generational curse as far as dysfunction, because that's the generational curse of Black people: dysfunction. Being okay, being traumatized, being okay living with dysfunction. That is the curse of the Black people. But until you get to the point where you're looking at that and you're saying that's not okay, it's not okay for Black people to criminalize other Black people. It's not okay for Black people to manipulate other Black people. It's not okay for Black people to push other Black people down in order for them to rise up. Until you get to that point, Black people will never rise. And it has nothing to do with the white man, because the most trauma that is done now after slavery is open is Black people to other Black people. Until you open your eyes and see that, we will never rise as a people. Like I said, I'm on God's side. I put God before my color. I will always do that, because I will never support evil. I will never be okay with evil, regardless of what color their skin is. And what that man did, he is very evil. And he is not the only person that's doing that. He's not the only person that is making it hard for women to even trust men. And when you hear a lot of Black women say, I don't trust Black men because they don't defend us, that is why. Because look how many Black men knew what he was doing and still was okay with being around him, being in his presence, being okay with him. Look how many Black men are traumatized because of him, because of the things that he's doing to them.